Hey, Spencer Denton in the digital desk tonight, talking about our chances for severe storms tomorrow night. I wanted to give you guys a quick update. It is about 9 p.m., just after 9 p.m., and we are looking at a chance for a few stronger severe storms heading into tomorrow night. It's been warm, it's been windy out there at times today. We hit 79 degrees today here in Memphis, so just a few degrees shy of a record actually. So very warm temperatures, unseasonably warm, and you know this time of the year when we have unseasonably warm air, that means there is the potential when a cold front approaches for storms, and some of those could be strong or severe. Let's talk about it and show you what's going on. And first I wanted to talk about the storm chances because while it will be windy and warm again tomorrow during the day, very similar to today, there could be a stray shower or thunderstorm. Our best chance of rain and storms arrives tomorrow night and continues into early Friday. Timing is going to vary a little depending on your location, so keep that in mind. And I wanted to share the latest on that severe risk. Again, we're in the low end threat for this right now. Slight risk for Memphis and much of the Mid-South, including West Tennessee, eastern Arkansas, extreme northwest Mississippi. Now notice as you go south and east of Memphis, that risk goes down some. Further to the west, much higher risk over western and northwestern Arkansas, where there could be a few storms, even with baseball-sized hail. I talked about that in the video update on the Action News 5 First Alert weather app earlier this evening. So if you're traveling west tomorrow, Little Rock, over toward Fayetteville, along I-40, just keep that in mind because those storms are going to be big time, especially in the heat of the afternoon and early evening. Now, as those storms move east, they will weaken some, but not enough to really keep us from getting a few severe thunderstorm warnings. And that's kind of what we want to talk about, is the potential impacts from this. And we're talking about potentially maybe some flooding in a few spots. It's a low end risk for that. I think gusty wind and hail is going to be the main issue with this. Tornado threat looks very low, not zero, but very low, but there could be a few severe thunderstorm warnings. So that's something we want to keep an eye on as we go into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Now, here's a couple of things I don't always get a chance to show on television. The instability forecast. So what is this? This is the unstable air that we often tap into in the springtime months to fuel these storms. So there is a large amount of unstable air over western Arkansas tomorrow afternoon. Where you see that red coloring, that's over 3,000 joules per kilogram. So I know that sounds like a lot, but that's basically when you see anything above 2,000 or 3,000 with this, that is indicating a very unstable atmosphere, and that's going to be the case to our west. Now here, it's closer to 1,500 or 2,000. So that means it's not as unstable, but there's enough fuel for these storms to really pack a punch tomorrow night into early Friday morning. Now, what about the hail potential? Well, this is our hail, future hail tracker. So this is showing you where hail could be possible with the purple coloring there, and that is through midnight tomorrow night and into early Friday morning. You can see some of those storms may have some small hail with them. Again, it is actually a lot higher over toward western Arkansas, so it's not quite as high here in the Mid-South. And again, those storms definitely showing signs of weakening as we go through the period. Here's a graphic I built to kind of give you really an estimate of the timeline. This is just a rough estimate. There could be isolated storms before or after these times, so don't take it, take it with a grain of salt basically, because 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. eastern Arkansas, there could be a few storms before 8 p.m. There could be a few that linger after 1 a.m., but that's the main time frame for you in eastern Arkansas. So Blytheville, Wind, Forest City. Then as you go into Dyersburg, Covington, Memphis, Hernando, Helena, anywhere between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is the main time frame, but some of those storms could arrive a little bit earlier, and I'll show you why in just a second. And then it's going to be mainly 2 a.m. to 6 a.m., but maybe earlier in portions of northeast parts of Mississippi. So let's talk about the timing for this. I want to show you two different models. This is one of our in-house models showing storms as early as 7 or 8 p.m. entering eastern Arkansas and approaching Memphis by 8 or 9 o'clock, and then another secondary batch heading into the early morning hours that kind of fizzles out as we go through 3, 4, and 5 a.m. So that's one possibility. There's also the potential that these storms could really form a line, and as it forms that line, that could mean a damaging wind threat through 1 a.m. But this is the latest data coming out, and it's starting to push toward those earlier time frames. So anywhere between 7 and 8 p.m. for many areas of the Mid-South, especially in eastern Arkansas, is a good possibility. But all that's out of here as we go into Friday. So it's all out of here by Friday morning, late Friday morning, early Friday afternoon. In the meantime, how much rain are we talking? Anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now, 1 to 3 inches across the Mid-South. And again, we're going to be watching this closely. Maggie's going to be in with me tomorrow evening, and we'll be covering the 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock shows. And these storms will be rolling through probably in our later shows. So be sure and join us for updates. Of course, Patrick Ellis is going to have the latest tomorrow morning from 4 to 7 a.m. on Action News 5. He'll have the latest forecast data that's coming in with these storms. Again, it's a lower end risk, but it's something we still need to pay attention to because these storms may produce some severe thunderstorm warnings. If so, we're going to be live on digital tomorrow evening. We'll also be, again, on all of our digital platforms. We'll also be on television if we need to be, if the wind or the hail is damaging enough. We don't expect a huge outbreak of severe storms, but certainly these are going to be more potent than we've seen with some of the last few systems. So just want to give you a heads up tonight on a Wednesday night as we head into Thursday. Again, not much going on tomorrow. There will be a couple of isolated storms late in the day, but I think the bulk of it comes as we go towards sunset and after sunset tomorrow night. We may adjust the timing a little bit earlier as we get closer, so keep that in mind, and we'll keep you posted, of course, throughout the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. In the meantime, you can join me for the latest on the forecast, Action News 5 tonight, 10 o'clock. I'll be talking more about some of these storm parameters and the latest timing, some of the latest forecast data coming in, so be sure and join me there. You can also check out all my posts on Facebook, on X, and on Instagram as well. Hope you guys have a great night. Have your First Alert weather app ready to go tomorrow just in case a few warnings